I always come straight through the front door with you folks because I adore you and I appreciate you. And here's the way I roll. Honesty, always. Second Tuesday in July. Not much happening in the sports world. And when you're doing a show like this, you show up like, what can we talk about that is important? What can we talk about that's top of mind? What can we talk about that we believe you might be interested in? And we share that interest. And thus, it becomes something that's more listenable and watchable because we're all talking about something of a shared interest. And you're like, what are we going to do? We come in here, we talk, then TJ shows up, then he talks. And then we come up with an idea. I mean, just pulling back the layers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? Again, we don't just talk here. We weave tapestries. And we hang them in this museum of a studio. Basically, what I'm saying to you is it's something that we're wondering that you might be interested in to talk about. And then Dak Prescott speaks. And then you look up at the sports gods and you say thank you. You say thank you. You say thank you. Dak Prescott at a sports camp that he is running for youth, for children. And yes, the children are our future on this program as well.
I've heard that. I've read that. I've heard it in its song.
And Dak was a headline because he was seen in a walking boot. He was seen in a walking boot. I guess on vacation. He's out and about. Somebody snapped a picture of him in a walking boot. I don't know where that is. And he showed up today, and everyone's like, what's up with the walking boot, Dak? Are you okay? And the idea that he's not okay just weeks before training camp, well, that would be news. So, Dak Prescott, what's up with the walking boot?
Yeah, I'm great. Honestly, I'm getting older. It's the same ankle, right, that I snapped and had a nasty surgery on 4 years ago. So, a couple of hard days of training, and, you get a little sore, and then you're going on a fishing trip, and you want to protect it and make sure that things don't get worse. So, literally, it's absolutely nothing. That's why I said people are reaching, trying to make things that they aren't. I'm getting older, have to take care of my body, have to be smart. And if I can take precautions and lessening something by putting on a boot, I'm going to do it. And so, sorry that it caused such a whirlwind.
Wow. So the media...
It's our fault.
creating something over someone's health. And somebody who's getting older and is doing something to protect himself that we all look at as something that might be indicative of an issue of his present and future performance. And we're all reading into something that may or may not be viable to talk about, and the media will just not stop until it gets an answer. In other words, Dak Prescott has become Joe Biden. That's exactly what's happening. The sports media has now become the political media. We will not stop
until he drops out.
Until he drops out or falls down and gives us visual proof that we're all looking for.
Be the hero. Dak, Joe.
Dak 2024. That's what's happening. So now, hold on a second. He is taking care of himself. He's on a fishing trip. You don't need to be slipping on a boat.
No, man.
How many of us have slipped on a boat? I will just say this. Now I'm a 55-year-old man. I'm getting older. I'm I don't know if you could see. I got a cut on the top of my head because I'm just walking into, trunks doors that are open. Okay. Oh, and Susie's laughing her ass off every single time she's doing this.
You've had 8 doctors at your house.
Dude, it's... They're all visiting.
They're all visiting.
Listen. I hear this. I'm like, isn't it more likely he'd slip on the boat in a walking boot?
Yes.
No.
Depends on the bottom.
No, listen. No offense, Jay. This is where Del Tufo would help.
I'm wearing a brace right now just to see.
Okay, you know more about braces. He knows more about boats. Put the two of you together.
That's true.
And man, you're just one super piece of information.
I've seen him fall on the boat.
So breathe easy.
I wasn't breathing hard.
You weren't?
No.
Come on. You saw Dak Prescott in a walking boot in early July, and you weren't thinking, what's up with that?
No, because I can.
It's preventative.
I can take myself away from the media thing of thinking everything is a story and go, 3.5 years ago, this man's ankle snapped in half, right? So
Yes.
maybe he's taking these precautions. It might be a mental thing. I know I dislocated my kneecap once. It took over a year for me to comfortably be able to walk down a set of stairs, and it was just because it was in my head that every time I walked down, my knee was going to give out. So maybe he's got some mental thing. I don't like. I'm not.
No, listen. He's admitting, hey, 4 years ago, I damn near snapped my leg off. So these things are.
That's what I'm saying.
It makes sense. Now then,
But I know we have to make a story out of it. So yeah, I'm panicking.
Yeah, if you were to step
Listen,
wrong
world, I'm
from a
panicked.
wave.
well, now the question, since he is, I guess, Joe Biden. What about Project 2025? As in his contract.
You're making some people at home really upset right now.
No, but people should Google Project 2025.
Yeah,
in all
I'm
honesty,
saying,
seriously,
There's
though,
a lot of them that want you
in
to keep
sports.
quiet about it.
No. What about his contract? Is he going to be a free agent in 2025 or not? Is he just going to walk away from the Dallas Cowboys or not? Are the Cowboys going to actually sign this man prior to the season and extend him?
Well, not with the walking boot on. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Can't do that, Brockman.
This is what he had to say about his current contract situation.
Yeah, I mean, there's been conversations back and forth, but for the most part, for me, as y'all know, I've been letting my agent do that, especially as we get right here into training camp. Day one of training camp, my mind flips to just obviously helping my team and just doing everything I can within the organization and on the football field to make sure that I'm my best and everyone around me is their best, and the money and all that will take care of itself as it always has.
So it's like the walking boot. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. It's
Don't worry
there,
about it.
but don't pay any attention
It'll
to
take
it.
care of itself.
It'll take care of itself.
Okay.
I'll just keep repeating this until it happens. I don't understand it. I do not understand it.
3 weeks from training camp?
Jordan Love is going to sign before week 1. Before Jordan Love gets on that plane to Brazil, he is going to sign a massive contract with the Green Bay Packers. It's going to happen. And yes, sports fans, before the Dolphins kick off their 2024 season, Tua Tagovailoa will sign a massive deal with the Miami Dolphins. That will spark conversations as to whether he deserves it or not. If you thought the Trevor Lawrence deal sparked conversation about the person who John Hancocked it deserved it or not, hey, that will be a mere bag of shells. Hold that beer when Tua signs this contract. He's going to get it, and he's going to sign it. And that's only going to make Dak's deal more expensive. Get in while the getting's good, is what I would say. And get it done before the guy shows up in Oxnard in a couple of weeks. Because the questions will become common for him, and he knows it. He knows how to handle it. He clearly handles it himself. By the way, I'm going to be... I haven't told you this yet, so I might as well tell you this on the air, TJ. I'm going to be hosting a 4-hour inside training camp edition on NFL Network from Oxnard.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, the final Saturday of July.
Oh.
So
How about that?
if you want to come aboard, we're
That's
expecting
fun.
you.
You're inviting me?
Just yes,
4 hours is kind of long, though. Dog.
Understood.
Oxnard's not close.
it's hot.
You know what I
I
mean?
understand. It's far away from
Far
his
away from
house.
his house.
This guy.
It is.
He just got new air conditioning in his
Guess
apartment.
what?
I did.
If he
It's
doesn't
cold.
sign before he sits on NFL Network with me, and I'm assuming he will, just sign. I don't understand it.
Well, maybe it's not being offered. It's not up to Dak.
Maybe Dak is asking for 60 plus. Maybe he's asking for the pie. Maybe he's asking to be the first $60 million a year quarterback right now.
You don't get what you don't ask for.
Nah, you understand that. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take,
You know what I mean?
right?
So,
There is less pie.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, it is the 25th anniversary of American Pie that we'll be discussing later on today. So, all right, that's your update. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.